on ABC-7 at 9.
We had a big gush, a wind. It blew those trees down.
ABC-7's team of storm trackers covering the entire borderland all day long from El Paso's lower valley, where trees were falling down in Socorro.
Because of the wall and because there's no drainage, the water piles up excessively.
To far east El Paso, where this neighborhood was swallowed up by the rain. El Paso police helping out with 13 water rescues today. We have the images and the stories. And some incredible video all over the borderland. This near Deming, our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew showing us how bad the rain was falling. Where'd the road go? Also, brand new information just into our newsroom minutes ago on that crash on US 70 outside Las Cruces. I just got off the phone with a state police spokeswoman saying a Las Cruces man was behind the wheel and he did not survive. Iris.
We remain still under that ABC-7 first alert. We still have those chances for some rain in your evening forecast. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up.
This is ABC-7 at 9 and it starts right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Bob Harp. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. Let's get right to Storm Tracker Iris Lopez. We're still under that ABC-7 first alert. Thankfully, though, the storm should be dying off come tomorrow.
Yes, because we are still going to remain under that first alert at least till tomorrow morning. But yes, earlier today, it was a lot different than what we are seeing right now. Let's talk about those rain totals that we saw today here in El Paso. Enough rain, just enough to put some numbers on the map. Las Cruces, not quite as much, and over in Guadalupe Pass and Deming saw some rain too. If we take a closer look, you can see Loma Terrace Elementary School saw .37 as well over at Texas Tech Health Science Center. Now we're going to take a look at Doppler radar to see if more storms are heading their way coming up. Bob?
All right, thanks so much for that, Iris. We do appreciate that. Okay, traffic flowing a little bit better tonight on Gateway East near Loop 375 in East El Paso. New tonight, El Paso Fire Dispatch telling ABC-7 a rollover crash blocked the gateway at about 7 o'clock tonight. Traffic was kept moving by sending drivers south onto Americas. Now, this is a photo from the TxDOT traffic camera network at North Loop and Loop 375. That's just south of where the wreck happened. Now, you can see the diverted traffic heading toward you on the screen. Now, I personally spoke with a fire supervisor who told me 2 people were taken to the hospital, again, just after 7 o'clock tonight. It's still not known how badly they were hurt, though. Again, the TxDOT traffic camera is still undergoing maintenance, so we don't have access to the live traffic feed, but you just saw the still photos. We're getting those from the TxDOT website, but the ABC-7 traffic track always gives you a live look at the estimated delays in the area, and as you can see, things look pretty much back to normal. Again, out by Horizon City in that area, that's not far from where that wreck happened, so all green on the freeway tonight, and of course we will keep an eye out on the situation there. We also want to let you know all of the scheduled closures from TxDOT tonight canceled. We're told for a good reason. They finished the work ahead of schedule. So any scheduled closures tonight, not happening. Well, the ABC-7 New Mexico mobile newsroom also keeping us updated on that crash, the one that happened, as we thought, on the frontage road of US 70 just outside Las Cruces this afternoon. It happened near Wisner Road. Well, New Mexico State Police now confirming a 35-year-old Las Cruces man was killed. I personally spoke with State Police spokeswoman Sergeant Elizabeth Armijo out of Santa Fe. And actually, she just got to Albuquerque when I spoke to her on the phone about 15 minutes ago. She confirms that 35-year-old Jaime Mancha was on US 70. And for some reason, he lost control of the car clipped the guardrail, and then the car rolled down an embankment, landing on the frontage road. In our earlier newscast, we were under the impression that is where the wreck happened, but that's where his vehicle came to a stop. Now, our photographer on the scene shot that video showing all the traffic on the frontage road backed up. We also tonight are trying to confirm if today's weather played a role in that crash. Sergeant Armijo said that information is not yet known. But there is a reason why we think the rain could have been a factor in that crash. New tonight, take a look at this video. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew shot just a mile west from where that crash happened. The flooding, as you can see, is really bad. It's by Reynolds and Dunn Road. Now, our crew says this is right down the road from Highway 70, and in some spots, the water is 1 to 2 feet deep. And again, it just gives you an idea of how hard the rain was falling in that area. We also have more videos showing how bad the storms were west toward Deming. Our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom crew was on I-10 between Las Cruces and Deming early this afternoon as a storm ripped through that area. The rain fell so hard, as you could see, the road seemingly disappeared. Now, scary for any drivers who were caught in that. A lot of you, if you were caught in that, had to pull off to the side of the road. Again, you just couldn't see where you were going. Here in El Paso, ABC-7 learned the city's police department responded to 55 accidents today. 12 were water rescues. The El Paso Fire Department responded to all those rescues, plus one more, making a total of 13 water rescue calls in El Paso. Well, 2 of those were El Paso women who were definitely home tonight, glad to be safe and sound. They were pulled from their cars, which were stuck in rising water at Dig Mayers and Victor Lopez. That's an intersection out in East El Paso.
It's really bad. As you could see, there's a truck over there, and even the water got right where the bumper is. So it was really bad. It got really, really bad.
And look at these photos. They were sent to us by a viewer. You see rescue workers and one of the women waist deep in water, and that gold SUV also halfway underwater. ABC-7 spent some time today in the area talking to the folks who live there, and they're telling us the flooding happens because a previous homeowner who no longer lives there built a rock wall that blocks the storm drain.
Even though there's not lots of rain and it's not flooding in other parts of the city because of the wall and because there's no drainage, the water piles up excessively.
Well, the stormwater utility says it is looking into what kind of improvements can be done in that neighborhood to keep the flooding from happening. Well, ABC-7 also with video from Socorro out in the lower valley where the fire department had to clear some trees out of the 600 block of Richardson Road. Neighbors there telling us they thought the wind knocked them down, but our very own Doppler Dave Spillman saying maybe not. The winds may not have been that strong. Possibly the trees were weak and the ground was so saturated it couldn't hold the trees up.
That's why I got very scared. That's why I called you all to report this and tell them it is real bad down here.
Well, one of the ABC-7 storm tracker teams also out in El Paso's Upper Valley on the other side of the county, just west of I-10 in West El Paso. That is where a shoe shop owner was flooded out again. His business is out on Doniphan, and our video shows you inside of his store, the Gold West Boot Repair. Lázaro Calderon was forced to stop working today. He didn't get much shoemaking done because he was busy sweeping out all that water. One of his employees then showed us why the business keeps filling up with rainwater. It's simple. The stormwater drain keeps getting clogged.
And there's a whole bunch of them that are more than six feet. This thing is only about a 3 by 3, and once it gets some debris, it gets clogged up, and I'm tired of getting up and trying to clear the debris.
You heard Miguel Zubia saying he's tired of getting up and having to clean out the debris himself. But as Zubia was showing us the problem, check it out. An El Paso water crew showed up and cleared the drain out. Zubia says until a larger drain is installed, though, the flooding, he's afraid, will keep happening. If you are just joining us, storm tracker Iris Lopez is keeping that ABC-7 first alert in place. Iris, you guys called it days ago that we could see something like this. Out in far northeast where I was, we really didn't get much. And then you see video like this. How widespread and scattered was this?
Yes, on my side of town, I was trying to take a nap. And then I couldn't because I heard that heavy rain and very loud thunder. So, you know, it was a surprise to some people, but to some people that were knew about our first alert, we actually called it since last Saturday just to warn people of that heavy rainfall. So they already knew what was coming, and that's just why we have that first alert in place for you all. Let's take a look at a picture right now. Not a live picture, a picture that was shared over from East El Paso. This is courtesy of Bonnie Concho. Look at that. Her backyard. This is her backyard, and she just sent the picture saying it was pretty flooded back there. And as I mentioned, in East El Paso, that's where we saw a lot of that heavy rain. Looking at Doppler radar right now, things are pretty quiet across El Paso and Las Cruces, a lot different from earlier. Let's zoom in a little bit closer so we can see some of those totals. You can see East El Paso saw over, this is an estimate, over an inch on that side. If we take things down near Socorro, 0.80, you can see they saw some rain over there as well. And Las Cruces, portions of near Sonoma Ranch Boulevard and Spaceport City, take a look at that, an inch. So they saw some of that rain a few hours ago, actually. And we're going to continue to see rain chances throughout our evening, but our temperatures right now pretty pleasant. 74 here in El Paso, 72 Las Cruces. 7-day raincast is coming up, as well as your Friday planner, and a look at your Labor Day weekend coming up. Bob?
Already Labor Day. Where's the year going? Iris, thanks so much. In other headlines tonight, we are learning a lot more about the 2 men arrested in the murder of 2 people out in Fabens and in Clint. ABC-7 got a criminal affidavit, and it states the victims were a woman allegedly cheating on her husband and her alleged lover. The accused killer, her husband, 37-year-old Vicente Cuellar. Tonight, he is charged with capital murder, and so was his friend, 31-year-old Alan Frade. Now, they were arrested 8 months after the victims were killed back in December. On the 7th of that month, Maria Cuellar was found dead in a burned-out car in Fabens. Now, ABC-7 was bringing you breaking news coverage that day from the area, and our video shows the sheriff's office set up a perimeter near the Fabens exit on I-10. And again, then investigators would only call it suspicious. Well, 2 days later, ABC-7 was also on the scene of another investigation. This is the one out in Clint, and that is where the body of a man was found near a pecan farm. The sheriff's office identified him as David Miranda. Well, according to the documents we got, witnesses allegedly told investigators Maria Cuellar was having an affair with Miranda. Documents state Vicente Cuellar, her husband, lied to investigators about where he was when the victims were killed. And investigators say cell phone records place him at the crime scenes. All right, back to Storm Track weather. For those of you who are worried about the rain damaging your property, we have brand new information today on how to get sandbags. And get this, if you're used to getting them at the fire department nearest you, sorry, you can't do it there. So you need to listen up and where you can get them. Also, it is a very big day for us here at ABC-7. I don't look a day over 60, do I? Just kidding. KVIA is 60, and we are taking a walk down memory lane later in this newscast. Iris, I hear the chuckles. Crack the jokes. I look 62 or
You
what?
do not look a day over.
And you are not done with the rain, though. You're saying that eventually dying down, but we can still get some rain.
That is right. We're going to take a look at your evening forecast and talk about tomorrow and the weekend, all of that coming up.
This is ABC 7 and 9 on the CW. We'll be right back.